So, hey, Tubers, it's your SPECNCER. It's me, it's Spencer, recording on my mobile phone. I've been taking the Creator Academy Crash Course to Production Skills 1, and I'm actually doing pretty well in it. I literally passed through the sound production stage no problem. Now I'm currently doing post-production, so hopefully I'll be able to finish that by the 23rd or the 22nd before I start college. I decided to make a really super duper quick video because I promised on my Twitter and my Instagram that I would do a double feature, but sadly I did not read the fanfiction that I was supposed to read for today because of registration, driver's license, savings bonds, and school as a general whole. You literally got a lot more information about me than anyone ever will. So today I decided to show you my books, because how is a book reviewer going to review books if you don't know exactly what books they have? So I'm going to just sort through every single one of the books that I have owned. I'm going to tell you what I've read, what I liked, all that great stuff. So this is my Alchemist book. I got this in 8th grade. I got this one in 8th grade, this one in 8th grade, this one in 8th grade. This one I got from my brother, but I bought it in 8th grade. This one in 8th grade, this one in 6th grade and 7th grade. Got this one in 8th grade too. And yeah, I got this one in 8th grade too for an honors project. This book and Maggie, a girl from, I don't, it was a historical book about how the Irish lived back in the 1800s. I had to read it for my honors history class, and I gave that to my brother. And The Secret Life of Bees, along with The Alchemist, I had to read for my English class, which I didn't take the honors English class. I actually took the academic English class. So if you're into magic, this is a great book. This is a really nice book because, hold on, let me show you real fast. This book isn't really like a book. Like, if you look at it, it's written in a very poetic form. All of your magical people that enjoy poetry but at the same time enjoy reading, this will be a perfect book for you, because it's almost like a poetry book, except within the poetry it actually tells a story as if it is an actual book. So I have a diet book here. My mother and I were going to do that, and we planned it, but we never had the food to actually do it with. My medical book, which I am reading, not really, but have to be very respectful for the people. This is a very interesting book too. I would take it, but it's currently like stacked on other books. But this is a really great book too, because again, this isn't really like a book. This is a mystery book. So it's written in all sorts of crazy ways. Like in the beginning, there's a chapter 0, and or at the end it's a chapter 0, and then before that it's a chapter that you write in yourself to determine how the story ends, and then there's one part where it's all X's, and then there's one part where it's coded and all this other crazy stuff. It's really fantastic book. The name of this book is a secret. They also have 3, maybe 4 other books, I'm not sure. I got this book back in 2010, I believe, for a reading Olympic competition. A lot of these books that you're going to be seeing right now, I actually got from my friend Nicole when her family was moving from, well, our next door, kind of. We were adjacent from each other. So when she was moving from there to Long Island for college, she actually gave me a lot of these books. I've had a lot more, but I gave most of those away. This one is like the best book ever, because this was my first young adult book, and it was your classic romantic tale of a girl, and she and her aunt own a coffee shop, and she gives coffee grinds and leftover food to this angel who she doesn't know is an angel. She just sees as this really adorable hobo, so she just gives him the food out of good graces and whatnot, and it turns into a love story, and it's all pretty and romantic and full of mystery. It's kind of cool. I really like it. I'm gonna turn this into a screenplay one day. Out of any book that deserves to be a screenplay, this is one of those books that deserves to be one. Haven't read this, but this is a mystery book from Hal. I read her book about the haunted roller coaster ride. I'm not exactly sure what that book is, and again, I would take it from here, but all of the books will fall down afterward. This is a more supernatural book. This is book 2, as you can tell. I have The Alchemist book 2 too, but I gave that one away as well. That was a really good one. But this is book 2. I'm not sure about book 1. Haven't read TTYL. I have no idea what that's about. All of these are my... Oh, minus this one. Water Song is like is the retelling of the Frog Prince, but it's kind of like it's a more biblioteca type thing, more historical, etc. It has a very historic vibe to it. Let's just go with that. I'm not really a historic person, but I did get this book as a gift from my old alumni school, BEC, here as a birthday gift. This is my comic book. I got this when I was really, really young. Totally Spies. This is definitely a throwback comic book for those that actually enjoy Totally Spies and they know what I'm talking about. Totally Spies is definitely a massive throwback. Haven't read this book. Haven't read this one. Haven't read this one. Haven't read this one. Haven't read this one. I finished reading this one, and this book is about finding your truest self in the line of singlehood. So I thought, hey, you know, kind of have a girlfriend, kind of don't have a girlfriend. So why not just read the book just to get, you know, a little filler in on myself? And I read it and recently broke up with my girlfriend, and I'm actually applying a lot of lessons I've learned from the book into my real life, and it's actually doing pretty well. So this is a recommended good book for when you're single. I've never finished reading this book, but it is a mystery book, and it's about coding. It's almost like the Da Vinci Code. If you've never seen the Da Vinci Code, I recommend you watch it. It's a very thrill-seeking movie, but if you're very religious, warning, warning, warning. Haven't read this book, haven't read this one, haven't read this one, haven't read this one. This is kind of boring and slow. It's a historical book, but if you're a visionary, this is a great visual book for you because it gives you time to look at everything, and he's very detailed and slow, and it's boring, but if you can visualize it in your head, it's actually a pretty exciting book. This is the Chicken Noodle Soup book, both of these, so they're little poems and stories and whatnot from other people, and I have read this one. I've read all of this one. I haven't read all of this one though. But this one is a very interesting one, and it talks about, you know, very deep concepts of teen development, family, suicide, etc., etc., and it's a really great advice book if you don't really know what to do in certain situations, but at the same time, it's also a great read, so then you can get an in-depth look on other people's lives. These books are really great when it comes to developing character. I just realized that. So if you ever need a quick character or some idea for something, just pick up one of these books and start reading through their stories. There are a lot of different personalities in these if you actually read them, and I haven't read this book. So, as you can tell, there are a lot of books here that I haven't read, and sadly, all of these books I'm actually going to be giving away soon. I haven't found anyone to give them away to. I'm planning on donating them to a library because I believe in passing on knowledge to other people. I don't believe in just simply throwing these books away or recycling them, because I feel that there is somebody out there that's going to read these books and find them entertaining and helpful and useful and treasure them for all that is the bookiness of it. So again, I plan on donating them to a library, but I'm not sure when I'm going to be getting to a library. So, you know, if you're interested in these books, hit me up, I guess. Okay, so this is the end of the magical video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Next week, for sure, I will be doing my next fan fiction, which is the Why. It's a Daryl Dux fan fiction from The Walking Dead. And I'm also going to be doing a poem next week and a comedy rant, which is going to be very interesting to read because it's not really a story. It's more of a rant book, as I say. As always, like the video, comment down below if you enjoyed this video. I might do more of these. Subscribe to my channel. Follow my social media accounts to keep up with me in my everyday life. And as always, oh, and one more thing. If you want your book to be reviewed and read, just comment down in the box below a link to your story and I will hit you up whenever I can. And as always, hashtag keep on writing.